How do you add CSS classes to Django form fields? That's what we're going to cover. Take a look at this form. It looks like crap, right? This is what I'm doing to produce it. I'm importing forms from Django. Then I'm subclassing forms.form. I'm calling it contact form. 3 fields, didn't define anything within them. That's it. So how do we style these with Bootstrap 4 to make them look good? That's where this question comes in. We have the first and best answer according to Stack Overflow. Django widget tweaks, maybe download that, but we're not going to do that. We're going to look at this Django forms widget attrs. So this is an example of how to do it. You basically say whatever the field is, you add widget equals, and then you put in what type of widget it is. In this case, it would be a text input, and then you give it attributes. So attrs equals, and then a dictionary for what you want the attributes to be. So in our case, we would put class. So class and then form-control. We'll do that here in a little bit, but I also want to show a different solution first. So let's literally copy this example here. Let's say, let me just show you what this actually looks like. So it looks like this right now. And then we want to copy this here, we paste it here, full name. We're going to change the full name field, which is this one, by adding a class to as form-control. So that is reloading now. Let's refresh. There we go. So that's one way you could do it. Then you would have to do it for each field. So whether you like that or not is really a personal preference. Let's look at a different solution here. Down here, I thought this was something clever. And the reason I thought this was clever is because, let's remove this, is because you don't actually have to know what the default widget is for each of these fields, right? For example, this character field, the default widget is a text input, whereas the default widget for the email field is email input. So you don't have to know that if you go this route here. So after we declare full name, right, we just say class equals, and we put that Bootstrap class form-control. And notice that we didn't have to override the default widget. We just had to define this after the fact, after we've created it. So let's see if this worked. Let's refresh. Sure enough, it did. Let's change this just to make sure it actually did work. Okay. We will refresh. There we go. So that works too. And then lastly, and probably the most popular way, is simply to just pass the widget in. It'll look like this. So we say the field, then we say widget equals, then we say forms, because we're importing that, dot text input, which is the default widget, and then we define this attrs, or attributes, equals, and then we put a dictionary in. And for the class, we just say the key is class, the value is form-control, and we do that for each field that we want to style. So let's refresh this, and there you go. You have styled your Django form. You've added CSS classes to Django form fields. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.